Hello, John Moser here from John Moser Draws. Today I want to take another look at the combo packs that I'm selling at the 3 prints in one. I want to take a more in-depth view into the mind of the artist. It's not that actually thrilling, but I wanted to go over some of the process, do an up-close look into them. I have sold some of the prints that I previously showed on the other video, so some of them are not here, but I still have a good bit left. And the way I would like to do it is, if you're interested in any of the prints, just choose one, maybe two. If you're like first come first serve, I'll let you choose 2 prints, but when they start getting thinned out a bit, I'm just gonna have you choose 1 print and the other 2 are gonna be randomized. Let's take a look at all of that, and hopefully it'll be a good time. You'll find that a lot of these are varied in different styles and techniques, and I was mostly playing around with it, seeing as I restarted my art career during 2020. And even though some of these prints are older, there's still some of my favorites in here. There's some bangers. Let's dig into them. First print up is Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series. This originally was made on some really awesome like cardboard paper. It's a bit thicker than your normal watercolor paper. Really cool stuff. So whites really popped on it. So I liked that about this. The second print up here is already jumping into some boobies. And this was a sketch I originally did in my ink book. I have a bunch of ink books. I just put ink in them. I usually do freehand. This was a freehand one. And I thought it looked kind of cool and somebody showed interest, so I figured other people would too. And the third print is Michael Myers from the Halloween series. I actually have a couple of these ones. This is from Inktober 2021. And you're going to hear me say that quite a bit. I did a few that I made into prints. The mixed media on here is one of my favorites. I used colored pencil, I used watercolor paint, and the perspective is really cool, so check it out. And the fourth print is the Fab Four, the Ramones. And what can I say about the Ramones that hasn't been said already? They're awesome. I made this black and white ink. It's kind of gritty, but cartoony at the same time. I really love doing this style, but this would go great with a music collection or vinyl. And for the fifth one is another sketchy lady from the ink book. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I love drawing the sketchy lady pictures, especially when I can mix in little hidden colors, like that's green pencil, I think, right there. So yeah, check this one out. I think I might have 2 of these left. And for the next print, we have an ink book one, which is just a black and white ink. It was me just inking. And this was actually a model that I use quite often. She just posts a lot, and her content's really cool. I think it's Lolita.ash or something. I'll end up tagging her in this, so you can check her out too. And for our next print, we have a mummy, another Inktober. I believe the word was mummy. So I just infused a bunch of things that I thought would be cool on paper. Obviously, there's a lady, but there's like a mummy Shakespeareanly, with the skull, the classic style. I believe that's Dracula's face in the back, and a lady kind of doing the same thing, but it's this weird enclosure that's happening in the picture. So I thought this was neat. And the next print we have is vocalist from the band Clutch, Neil Fallon. And I'm heavily influenced by Stedman and his psychedelic style. He's such a legend. It's Gonzo style is the real style. And that's the expressiveness that I wanted for this piece. So I really wanted to incorporate that type of style into this Maryland-based band. You should definitely check them out if you haven't heard of them. It's groovy, heavy, it's good stuff. And the next one's another Inktober. I believe this one was Chainsaw. So I wanted to do something cool and interesting, so I made this skater chick, just skateboarding a running chainsaw into a group of zombies. And you can see I used all sorts of different mediums on this. It was a really fun piece to do. And I think I wanted to make a print of it more than I thought people would want it. But there you go.
Ow, sheepy.
What happened? Did it come out? Oh, I don't know if Daddy can fix that. That's, Here, let's just put it in there. What? That's crazy.
Look at the pizza. It's going to go in there.
I know, it's got to go in there.
Look at Betty.
But it's...
Pizza.
Page of this calendar fell out, and I had to tape it back in. She freaked out a little bit. But we're all cool, right? And here we have another Inktober. I believe this one was owl, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I just basically took owl faces and tripped them out and put them on top of various bodies and instruments and made them like an owl band. Kind of weird. I used that brown paper that I used with the Jason Voorhees piece, but turned out pretty cool. If you dig music, you might dig this. And once again, another Inktober piece. I believe this one was Full Moon or Howl. I don't remember, but I took it and ran with it. There's a literal full moon and somebody turning into a wolf because of the full moons. But I had a lot of fun with this one. This one seems to be kind of a fan favorite just because of the tones and how the lights and the darks mix together. I don't know. It's a real cool piece. I think I have one left, maybe two. And this next one was another fun Inktober one I did. It was Dracula. And I turned it into like a little comic book and I mixed a couple things. There's this band called Dr. Acula after the Mitch Hedberg joke about Dr. Acula. Don't go see Dr. Acula. So I took one of the band members, I believe the lead singer, and I turned him into like a vampire punching Mitch Hedberg in the face. It's weird. It's crazy. And it wouldn't be an Inktober without Edgar Allan Poe. So I did this black and white piece with some shadowing, and people seem to really like this one. I think it's cool, but people seem to really like it. He's just chilling in the chair, like on the Raven. Actually, I think this one was Raven. I don't know if it was Edgar Allan Poe. Doesn't matter. It's a pretty cool black and white piece. This is cool to have above your fireplace or something. Just go crazy with it. And this next piece I did just to try something different with somebody really cool. That's Anthony Bourdain. If you don't know him, look him up. I can't sit here and explain everything, but really intelligent cook wizard. But I did this 3D thing by hand. I had the red and the blue and the black, and I did it by hand, trying to imitate everything. I don't know if it works with 3D glasses. Pain in the ass to do. Turned out really cool. I don't know if I'm ever going to do one again, but I think I have one of these left. And the next piece, oh my god, look, another boob. I like drawing them. I'm not going to apologize. But I really liked how this one turned out. This one wasn't for any specific reason. I just wanted to make, a black and white weird piece. And there's the jelly bean, like Charlie's Angel in the back. How can you not like this? And if I'm showing another lady print, I might as well do another lady print. This one was kind of cool. It turned out a lot cooler than I was expecting. I was just kind of like doodling, and it came out just, I don't know, it's cool style. It looks like she has a hangover. I think I was going for a hangover motif. I probably had one myself. Just chilling with some music. Got the vinyl player, got the little mini bar, and the cat licking its nutsack. This next print, I just aptly named D&D guy. It's just like a regular dude just barreling through all kinds of crazy shit. Carrying all of his equipment in the back. Guided by a demon dog sidekick. Look, he has a D20. A giant D20 in the back of his satchel. Or bag. Or I have no idea what's going on. But I really love this piece, and I think you might too. Next up, we have some strangely perspective knife chick. I don't know what I was going for. I just wanted to mess with perspective. And it's been really fun since. This is actually one of the first pieces that I did a crazy perspective on that I was happy with. And it's just so bizarre what's going on. I'm pretty sure you'll like it as much as I do. Maybe. And this next print was a promotion I did for wanting a Patreon. I never got a Patreon. I really did research after it and realized it probably wouldn't work out for me because of the low amount of fluctuation of people I get in here. But eventually I would love to do one. Now it looks like an album cover. There's a lot of mixed media, cutouts and whiteout on that brown paper. It's just really cool looking. If you don't want it, that's cool. I can just hang it up in my wall somewhere. How would you like to dine on my Frankenstein? It's Frankenstein, all blinged out. It's another Inktober piece. Go figure. What can I say about it? I wanted to do a big contrast of dark and lights with this one. Just the lightning going in the back really fits the Frankenstein theme. And he's all blinged out. I don't know why, but I gave him jewelry. Pretty sure that's a stogie in his hand too. And an alcoholic beverage. Dude knows how to party. This next print is from a band that I recently took interest to called Every Time I Die. They're not a band anymore. They just broke up. But this was an Inktober one. I don't remember. I think it was called... Actually, this is The Werewolf. And they actually have a song called Werewolf. Spelled we-are, with apostrophe. And it was really cool. So it began this new love for this band. My brother-in-law is really big into this band too. So I think he might have given me the idea. And there's some lyrics on the side for the song. Go check them out. Really good stuff if you're into like heavier, screamy stuff. And I'm going to show you a couple of old ones. I'm talking like maybe 2020, I believe. I was really having fun with the paintbrush on these. So it appears to be some underwater mishap where this woman is being taken over by aliens or sea creatures or something. But yeah, this one turned out really cool. I'm going to be honest with you, these next two old ones you're probably not going to have interest in because it's like family members. This is my daughter, my youngest daughter, and she was messing with an anthill one day, and I just decided to make this weird piece where I don't use exactly ink for everything, and it turned out really cool. It's a good mixed media piece. And this one is of my wife and my daughter taking in a little bit of a different stance. Again, really fun to mess with. Just a lot of crazy little things in there. Just paint splatters. I had a lot of fun with this. I kind of cherish this one. So if you don't want this one, I understand. But why wouldn't you want my family members on your wall? Just saying. That's not weird, right? And here we have another Michael Myers piece. This one was supposed to pair up with that very first one you saw of Jason Voorhees. They're supposed to be similar in aspects. Voorhees has the flames coming off one way, and Michael Myers has the lightning coming off in one way. It turned out really cool. Okay, we're getting down close to the end here. This was another Inktober. Oh my fuck. But it was lucky, I believe was the term. So I put a lot of lucky-esque type of things. You have the crazy black cat and the horseshoes, and look, it's Dirty Harry. He's like, do you feel lucky? It's the classic. And here this print seems to be a fan favorite. People like skulls. And I was really proud of this when I first made it. But the more and more I looked at it, it felt not exactly me. I really like this piece, though. The colors came out, the skull came out perfect. I even have the Stedman wing ear. Just a cool piece. And we have a Catwoman piece. This was also an Inktober. Oh my god. Actually, I think the last two are Inktobers. It was Cat. And I made one for Batman, too, because they had a bat where he's holding a kitty. But I don't have that anymore. Those ones sold out. And here's this like stylized Catwoman piece where it's visceral and crazy and like the mixed media. Just so many things I learned doing art this last little bit. And last, but in no particular order, not least, it's the ghost face with a Slimer mask. Someone just recently looked at this and said, that's a cool lollipop. And I was like, God, that's way cooler than what I would have came up with. But, yeah. I just want to say it's the Scream Mask guy with a Slimer lollipop repping a John Moser Draws t-shirt that doesn't exist. So how these combo prints work. You choose a print you like. Or you can choose two if you're one of the first couple people to like choose the prints, because I start to run out of inventory after a while. But you choose one print and the other two are randomized for the price of $25 plus $10 per shipping if you live in the States. if you live outside of the United States, you're gonna have to cover the shipping because I'm a one-man band here. I can't afford to do that. At least not now. I'm not cool with some delivery company or anything. But before I close this video, I have some prints that are not related to a combo pack. They're just larger prints that are also left over from these shows. Because I made a lot of prints. I don't know where my head was at, but I made more than what my audience was. So I have these prints, and they're all really cool prints. How many times can I say prints without it being weird? So they're larger than the average print that you're going to be getting if you get the combo pack. They're 11 by, I either have them 11 by 15s or 11 by 17s. I'll have to like double check on that. If you're interested in those, hit me up. I'm going to put them in at the end here. Just kind of like weird honorable mentions, I guess, but not honorable mention. Like if you like them, you know. All right, well, that's it. I've taken up enough of your time and my time, so I hope to see you later, and hit me up if you want something. Love you, bye. You all right?